Okay, Q2 updates continue to trickle in across financials. We had HDFC Bank last week with a very strong growth in both deposits and advances, 20% and 16% respectively. We now have heard from Bandhan Bank and RBL. Now, to everyone's surprise, and what's also leading to a positive move on the stock today, Bandhan Bank has actually outperformed HDFC Bank, although there's definitely a lower base effect as far as growth in deposits and advances are concerned. Now for Bandhan, deposits at 66,000 crore odd are a 34% YoY growth over last year's 49,000 crore odd. If you're thinking that this is just a pure YoY jump and that sequentially things may have tapered off, you are definitely mistaken. 66,000 crore is a handsome 9 to 10% increase over last quarter, 60,000 crore deposits, which Bandhan Bank had. So, you've heard many prominent investors in the channel recently, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, all the big fund managers, they keep on saying liability franchise, deposit franchise. Basically, if there's no inflow of money, it's going to be very difficult for you to lend money out unless you're doing large capital raises. And let's remember, Bandhan has not done a large capital raise, neither has RBL. So, it's all the more important that their deposit franchise stays strong. So for Bandhan, this is very positive. 35% YoY growth is no small feat. Now coming to the credit growth side of things, right? Bandhan being a micro lender, people were worried how resilient is micro, will he still be able to grow credit? There were all these concerns, which is what's really brought down the Bandhan Bank valuation apart from asset quality. Now, credit growth for Bandhan Bank was to the tune of 20% YoY. Their loans were 76,700 crore versus last year 64,000 crore. So again, deposits, they beat HDFC 34 versus 20, and advances, they're also beating HDFC Bank 20% versus 16%. Their collection efficiency, people were worried whether they're going to be able to collect money, is back up to 92% of pre-COVID levels. That means far better than the street expected. They had one of the highest moratoriums to begin with. That seems to have now completely reversed. So CASA has held up fine, very stable as well. For Bandhan, particularly at 38%, it's very stable Q on Q and YoY, and retail still dominates the deposits. 78% of the total deposits are retail. So Bandhan, very strong show. Now RBL was a bit of a mixed bag. They had improving numbers for sure, but the credit growth has slowed. So for them, their advances were down 3% YoY and 1% Q on Q. Advances came in at 57,000. So last year they were 59,000. So they've clearly slowed down a little bit. Deposits, they have improved. YoY, there's been up a 3% improvement in the deposits for RBL, 64,000 crore versus 62,000 crore. Q on Q, however, there's a better result at 64,000 crore versus 61,000 crore because RBL had some deposit issues last quarter. So, overall, CASA here also is holding up okay at 30% YoY and QoQ, but credit growth has slowed. So, Bandhan definitely the better of all that we've heard so far. But definitely seeing signs of improvement from RBL as well. It'll be interesting to see what the earnings entail now in terms of asset quality provision for all the mentioned banks.